Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So, big news today. Guess who is now buying up all the Ethereum? Okay. Yes, it's none other than Blackrock, as they filed an application for a spot Ethereum ETF, Bitcoin's newest rival. So, what does this mean for Ethereum? What does it mean for Bitcoin? What does it mean for entire crypto industry? Well, let's talk about it. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. Look at this. Bitcoin is still doing very healthy. Even though we had a huge pump this morning, all the way up to 38,000, and then we crashed down to 35.6, but we're right back to 36.8, and it looks like we want to crack this and flip above 37,000 once again. And now I'm going to try to explain this, because a couple things happened today, quite interesting enough, that I think kind of affected this. I know for sure why we dropped all the way down here. But anyways, today, first of all, this has nothing to do with crypto, but Fed Chair Powell was talking, okay? So obviously, when he talks, the market gets rocky. He feels like, you know what, inflation may be out of control, and maybe he has not done enough. So he's kind of hinting that there may be another rate hike down the road. But while he was talking, you know, protesters interrupted him, and then they forgot to cut his mic. So when he was leaving, he said, "Just close the effing door." Like he was getting sick of it. And he's caught on tape for saying it. It's okay. People get frustrated sometimes. That's okay. But basically, you know, that kind of spooked the markets a little bit. The U.S. market. But, you know, for crypto, not so much. Bitcoin was still doing fine this morning. When I was streaming, I talked about a whole bunch of short sellers getting wrecked, right? $250 million of Bitcoin shorters, Ethereum shorters, Solana shorters, every single shorter, they were getting liquidated. But here's the thing. It goes both ways, right? So all those short squeezes caused Bitcoin to go up. But what happened here? Why did we fall all the way down? Because the inverse happened. We had too many long squeezes. We had too many people throw on their 20, 30, 50x, 100x leverage. Okay, so unfortunately, when all the longs got liquidated, that's what brought us down. So in fact, look at that. Look at that right there. That was 160 million, just that one candle here. Here's another 130. So you're talking about like 200 million of longs liquidated too. On a day like today, we should have no long liquidations, right? If you weren't too greedy, if you weren't throwing on crazy leverage, you would be okay. So that's why leverage, you know, it makes you think you're really smart sometimes. And then, you know, one bad move, boom, you're done. But that's why what happened, right? But after that, you know, Bitcoin kind of gained his footing, and now look at where we are, 36.8, and we could be pumping above 37,000 like nothing happened, right? But that just shows you, you know, leverage is dangerous, and it goes both ways. We love to see a lot of shorts liquidated, but not longs, okay? But that's exactly what happened today. But moving on, people that don't use leverage, like Michael Saylor, well, they're sitting pretty. Michael Saylor right now has about $1 billion in profit from his Bitcoin holdings, okay? He's been DCAing since 2020, all the way up, all the way down till now, and now he is clearly in the green, 1 billion profit, and MicroStrategy, the stock itself, hit a 52-week high today. He is sitting pretty. MicroStrategy is at an all-time high for market cap, and, well, I don't know if it's all-time high, but like recent high, a 52-week high, and he has $1 billion of profit, and as Bitcoin keeps on going up, that's going to be a lot of gains for Michael Saylor, right? So that's pretty good. But what else happened today? Well, besides this volatility, right? And besides, everyone's still waiting for a spot Bitcoin ETF. And this morning was a big deal. Starting from today to next week, this is like a period where the SEC may just give approval for all 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs. Okay. BlackRock themselves feel confident that it's going to be in January, but who knows? We may get a boost within the next week or so. But besides Bitcoin spot ETF, BlackRock surprised the market by registering and applying for Ethereum ETF. Okay, so they want not only a Bitcoin spot ETF, but Ethereum spot ETF as well. Why not? Ethereum is not a security, it's a commodity. So why not, right? And plus, if Bitcoin spot ETF is approved, then why not Ethereum spot ETF, right? So BlackRock, because of this, pumped Ethereum up 11% today, right? Even this morning, I was talking about how Ethereum is still kind of weak around 1900, and all of a sudden it started moving, and then this news came out, so it made a whole lot of sense that, hey, there was some buying going on behind the scenes already. Okay, so you could argue that maybe some of the Bitcoin profits that were taken out was simply put into Ethereum. That's it, right? Like, it's just money from one to the other. So that is a reality now. Now, will a spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved this year? Probably not. Okay, because this was just submitted, so this is probably going to carry into 2024. But still, when you got the largest asset manager trying to come out with 2 spot ETFs on the 2 biggest cryptocurrencies, well, that's pretty bullish. People pay attention. When BlackRock filed for the Bitcoin spot ETF this time around, that's when people started paying attention. That's when institutions started paying attention. And they're paying attention right now. So I bet you're going to see a flood of Ethereum spot ETFs come aboard soon. I think ARK already filed there. So they're kind of ahead of the game. BlackRock, and now I'm sure you'll see and hear about others trying to do the same thing. Okay, so that is what happened, right? And because that happened, you know what? Ethereum broke out of this 200-day trend line, right? So that's why it's up 11%. And this could be that catalyst, because throughout this year, Ethereum has been very weak compared to Bitcoin. It has been going up, but it just hasn't been able to move nearly as well as Bitcoin. And this could be that catalyst that changes things, that makes more people come back to Ethereum. Maybe. And you know, all these analysts are saying, I don't see why the SEC is going to deny it. There's no reason, because according to SEC, still Ethereum is a commodity. CFTC also recognizes it as a commodity, right? So you can't, what else are you going to say, right? So even Bloomberg analysts are saying, I don't see a reason for the SEC to deny the ETF. So this is a real possibility. Again, I don't think it's going to be this year, but next year, quite possibly. Look at Bitcoin still climbing higher as I'm streaming. The George effect is still in play. But not only that, Ethereum is still climbing higher. But you know, today overall is a good day. Just because we fell down this morning doesn't mean anything. We're having still a really good day. You know why? Look at some of these movers. Solana is still up 6% for the day. You got Chainlink that was up like 14%. Now it's down, but it's still up 35% for a week. You got Polygon is doing very well, 7% today, right? You got a lot of great movers. So today is still a really good day. Just not as good as this morning, but still very good. Nothing really changed besides the fact that we got some long squeezes. But you know what? Bitcoin is just doing this right now. Okay, it's just going up. And now maybe we have Ethereum doing the same thing, going upwards in the same way, right? You know, I just got done showing you guys how Ethereum looks like that. Guess what? Bitcoin looks like that too. They're both just going upwards and upwards as we get closer to the end of the year and 2024, right? That's what's happening. That's what's happening, right? Right now, if you're looking at institutional interest, here's Bitcoin CME futures open interest, the highest ever in history, okay? Highest ever in history. Since the debut of futures has never been as high as now. So that kind of shows you institutional interest right now is amazing. Phenomenal. FOMO. The weaker the U.S. market gets, the more people will be converting their equities and bonds into Bitcoin. That will continue forward. Especially now Powell is hinting that there may be another rate hike, that inflation is out of control, right? What do you think that's going to make people do, right? They're going to try to opt out and say, hey, I need to hedge against inflation. I need to buy something that can outperform inflation, and that's Bitcoin. There's nothing better than Bitcoin, right? And lastly, I just want to show you guys this, the halving cycles theory. Now, this person thinks that November 28th is when all big moves happen. Tops for Bitcoin, midpoints of cycles, and even a low points, all November 28th. Okay, so yeah. So November 28th is coming up. We got about 20 days left, right? A little bit less, 19 days. So where will Bitcoin be? Well, it's usually right at the point when, yeah, things start getting good. Except 2020, because we had COVID and it went down a little bit. Otherwise, this is the point when Bitcoin starts really moving upwards as we get closer to the halving event, right? So awesome stuff. But again, November 28th, there's something weird about that. And according to this, we will top out November 28th in 2025, okay? And it will be around, according to this, if I'm reading it correctly, about $190,000. Yes. All right. Outside of these, what else is there? I did see this article about, because of Bitcoin, BlackRock's spot ETF for Ethereum, you have a lot of staking tokens and synthetic tokens for ETH go upwards, right? Liquid staking and synthetic tokens, all based around ETH, are all going up, right? So Lido, Rocket Pool, even Coinbase, because they have a synthetic ETH too, right? So that makes sense. Polygon today is having a good day, right? They're still trying to transition to Polygon 2.0. I saw this. They're giving out a grant worth about $78 million to entice people to come aboard, right? Not people, dApps to come aboard to boost the chain activity. So that's also pretty good. And Ripple, right? Ripple is still fighting the SEC, and that may conclude soon. Brad Garlinghouse says, yeah, we love to see the Vegas odds probably in Ripple's favor, but they're ready to take this all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary. But I don't think it's going to go there. SEC most likely will settle with Ripple. They want to move past this. There's just no way for them to win at this point. There's no point of continuing. So that also may be coming up right around the corner. Okay, so that would be phenomenal too. All right. That's pretty much it. We're pressing it up against this line again, 36.8. This is exactly at that line, or we go break through, or we'll get another pump to 38,000. I like to see it, but maybe not tonight. But as long as we break above again to 37,000, that will be very, very phenomenal. All right, let's do some Q&A. Let's bring up ETH. Yeah, ETH is having a good day. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats on top here. Norsman Yacht Service, $10 super chat. Appreciate that. Jeff, I've been watching you ever since I saw you on Banter. I have been DCA every cent I could since the top of the last cycle. What a ride down. Thanks, George. Thanks for staying strong and staying with me all these years. You ever try Coke, Cola ever, allegedly? Yes, Coca-Cola, not Coke. Token Trailblazer. What happens to BTC in the next 1 to 2 months if we don't get ETF approval? That's okay. That's okay. Bitcoin will continue to trend upwards. That's what's going to happen. Like it's doing right now. Please do us a favor and check on Dark Frontiers PvP mode. Easy 100x. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be doing that. When people say easy 100x, it makes me very cautious. It throws up a red flag. So I'm not going to be checking that right now. Have you spoken on FTT? I did this morning. Alexander, who am I fighting IFC? No one. I'm not fighting. I'm too old and out of shape, and I have bad knees, so I'm not fighting. But I'm organizing the fights. Let's see. Let's draw some lines for Ethereum. Let's go all the way back here. Let's go all the way back. Ethereum is actually, ooh, it's at a point where it's going to break upwards in a big way. That's what it looks like. It's right here. So, I mean, I would say logically, like maybe around here. Yeah, like right around here. Wow. So the next stop for Ethereum is possibly, if it keeps going, it's going to be right around here, I believe. So that'll be about 23.5. And then the next level above that will be around right here, 2,500. And then it starts getting really crazy because then it starts moving up really fast. So, yeah. So the next point for Ethereum, it's not that far off. So it'll be about 23.51, I believe. That's when the next resistance will come. And then we'll see if Ethereum can smash that. Pepe Lord. Pepe will flitch Doge. No, I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Joel Lamas, the ETF, the ETH ETF is better for Blackrock because they can earn staking rewards as a custodian holding all the ETH. What protocol do you think they'll use? I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's going to get too messy if they try to do that. I don't know. I just don't think they will try. I don't know. Maybe. Perry asked, do you think a portfolio made up 80% in Bitcoin Ethereum ADA will 10x by summer fall 2025? I think it'll be pretty close. If it doesn't do a 10x, maybe like an 8x, but I think it could be very close. WW2 Doge. Love you, George. You kept me going all of 2022. Is now paying off big time. Congrats. But you did that on your own, right? You guys had to make your own decisions. If you make the decision to stick it out and DCA during the tough times, well, now you're getting rewarded for that. The Chad Elliott experience. What a name. Hypothetically, if we hit 190K between now and then, what is our take profit plan? Well, it's different for everyone. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to be a long-term holder, then of course you don't have to take everything out. A lot of people don't, and they think, I'm just going to take everything out. But I feel like if you have enough cash on the side, then you don't need to take everything out, right? But as it stands right now, if Bitcoin is moving according to plan, then around November 2025 is when it's going to top out. But going up to that, you know, I think I've been saying this for a while, 2025, 30% in cash. Okay. So as your portfolio gets larger and larger in size, you'll see that percentage of cash pile start shrinking. And maybe it shrinks down to 10% or 5%. That's when, you know, you need to take some cash and take some profit and fill that. By the end, when we get to the top and you're at 30% cash, well, that's a pretty good spot. Then you have to decide, well, maybe I could take a little bit more out, you know, go to 50% cash, right? So when Bitcoin and crypto market goes down, you could DCA downwards, right? But, you know, this time around, things may be different. I know every cycle people say that, I say that too, but this time around with institutions coming in and so many holding ETFs, will move down the same way, or will we get a different kind of cycle? Can we get a super cycle or extended cycle? Who knows? I just see a lot of potential dark frontiers. Maybe I'll check it out. Norseman Yacht Service again. Should we drop money in Bitcoin Spot ETC when? What? Did you mean to type ETF, but you type ETC? I don't know what you're asking. Are you asking, should you buy Bitcoin Spot ETFs or should you buy Bitcoin beforehand? I don't know. I don't know what you're asking. I'm going to say yes. Might as well. What do you think about meme coins this bull cycle? Do you think coins like Dog and Doge will do well? What's Dog? Meme coins always do well. Every cycle. Every single cycle, they do well. And there'll be a new one that pops out and goes up to the moon every single time, right? But they're basically, you know, if you're investing in memes, you're gambling. Basically, that's what it is. Some will work, some won't, most won't. So just be careful not to go too heavy into any one of them. Oski, congratulations. If you're in the green after DCing all this time, that's great. What do you think about Ton? I'm not so sure about Ton. I don't know why it's so high, but I know what it's about. But I don't know why it is as high as it is right now. Do you see BlackRock ETFing Solana? No. If anything, if I had to guess the next one, it would be XRP. Because XRP is not a security, right? They can only choose, BlackRock can only choose ones that are not securities. So the three that are not securities, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. I'll tell you, the next one after Ethereum is going to be XRP. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And that may happen. After the lawsuit is over, once it's finally over between the SEC and Ripple, I bet that could come shortly afterwards. Johnny, have you been fasting? Just did 48 hours. No. I do intermittent fasting for mornings, but I would never do it for a day or 2 days. But congrats that you're able to. But you're on a military base. But, you know, for me, no. I'm not in a military base. Will there be a general altcoin ETF? Probably not, because there's only two. Well, there's only one if the Ethereum Spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved, and then the XRP one, so there's only two, right? What will be the first altcoin to 1 trillion market cap? That's a good question. You would figure it should be Ethereum, right? It's the closest. It only needs to do a 4x to get to 1 trillion. So I'm going to say Ethereum. Yeah, because Ethereum's high was 4,000, 5,000. It was like 500 billion. So yeah, it's going to be Ethereum. Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, they're not going to catch up that fast. So it's going to be Ethereum. Will ETH go to 10K if approved? I don't know immediately, but I could see it go up like to 5K pretty darn fast. How do you feel about the new NBA in-season tournament? I think it's legit so far. First of all, I don't know what it means. Like why? Second of all, I hate the courts. They're like full of color and I can't stand them. And third of all, I think it's silly. I don't think it doesn't do anything for them. You're getting all these teams to play a meaningless tournament. It doesn't give them any advantage toward the end of the year. So I say no. I don't like it at all. I rather them NBA shortened the games. You know, and maybe introduce a 4-point line or something like that. You know, do something that's not completely new because, like, even as an NBA fan, I have no idea what the in-game tournament is. A lot of NBA players don't. Like, I've seen interviews where they ask NBA players, like, what do you think about a tournament? And they have, like, no idea what the tournament is about. It's too out there. Jeff Robert, what's Data Dash talking about today? I don't know, man. We all need to get off the Data Dash bashing train, I guess. We'll just let him be. He can do what he wants. He's a grown man. If he wants to be bearish, let him be bearish. John Smith, George, is Suka truly legit or is it solely based on Ryoshi being the dev? Why does he have such an influence if all he built was sheep? You know, that's a very good question. And that's a very question I asked Phil and Patty on the show, right? It's a hard one to answer because, first of all, they can't prove it was him. There's signs and hints that was him. But my biggest question is, so what? Even if it was him, does that mean Suka is an awesome project? The answer is no. So... but they're trying to build utility. They have this new token. A lot of there's like Suka's kind of divided. Some people hate that new token. Some people love it. Yeah, I can't really speak to that. How high do you think Chainlink could go this bull cycle? Pretty high. Pretty high. I don't know. Before it was like 50. Maybe it could go to 100 this cycle. Kenny said, people laughed at me holding all the way down to 16. Where are they now? Exactly, right? You ignore all the fudders, you ignore all the haters, and you continue to just do what's right. And that's stacking sats and loading up and holding. And you will be rewarded. I mean, Bitcoin has always done its thing. Norseman Yacht Services. Please let me be your yacht captain once you buy your new yacht. Where are you? I don't think I'll ever get a yacht, to be honest. But, you know. Lotto. What's up, George? Thinking about getting a diesel truck with my gains this bull cycle. What is better, GMC Denali Ultimate or Ford Limited? You know those Denalis are way, way overpriced. A lot of people in construction, they all just pick Denalis because it's like a really expensive truck. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big diesel guy, to be honest, so I can't really tell you. which are the best diesel trucks. I like Ford though. I like Ford trucks. Ford knows how to build trucks, so I would go with something Ford. You know, like the Ram TRX is being discontinued. That sucks. I would just get a Raptor R. Raptor R. You know, that's what I would get. Lucas, what about Cadena? You said you're meeting as CEO. No, I met the CMO, and quite honestly, not a whole lot was said because the CMO is 2 months into the job, and he really doesn't have a whole lot of things to say. So, yeah, nothing really changed. What JDM would you buy under 100K? I said this already, a GR Corolla. No one that goes in and drives a GR Corolla will come out disappointed. It is that fun. I'm pretty set that is my car. My next car, I'm going to buy that, and I'm going to modify it and put it on drivers only. Stock form, awesome. Handles awesome. Seats are comfortable. Very practical. Decently fast. It's fun because it's 6-speed. It has a clutch pedal. It looks good. And it's just a blast to drive. So, and it's only like, you know, high 40s. You could save that money, the extra 50K, and go modify if you want to. Polygon is up 34% at the moment. Is it worth putting money in? Yes, because it's below its previous high. Yes. Quite simple. Where were they before? Close to $3. So they have to go up 3x, 4x to get back to their previous high. So, yeah, that makes them a pretty attractive buy right now. A GR Corolla. Come on. This thing is just badass. Okay. It is just so fun to drive. Like seriously, if you go drive one, you'll have a blast. Toncoin is down 8% today. Interesting. Toncoin gets pumped up a lot. I don't know. There's always something about Toncoin that I don't quite get or trust. Hey, George, you recommended AMO, TRB recently. They both have gone up some. What are good entry points? I don't think I recommended TRB. Teller, it does pump up a lot. I didn't recommend them, but I said to watch out for them because, Jesus Christ, they're down 30% today. What happened to Teller? Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why they're down 30%. But I said that, yeah, they are Oracle. They have been doing well up until this point. I have no idea how they just dumped down 30%. Something's wrong. But I am a investor and advisor into Amino, so they are the latest, you know, fitness craze / loyalty reward / shopping app, and they don't require you to buy some silly NFT to get started. You can start walking and tracking your steps, which is what I do. I try to get at least 10,000 steps a day. You can get rewarded. And you could also save some money by shopping, right? They're integrating everything. They got partnerships with a lot of major brands and even other crypto companies and the 49ers. So they are doing very well. So I think this bull run, they could do very well. EOS raised $4 billion. Yes. They delivered nothing but promises. Yes. Now they was, okay. Yes, you are right there, but the $4 billion was raised really by Block 1, which the EOS team has now kicked out. They have no association. I think they were trying to sue them for that $4 billion. That's why they kicked out Block 1. and it was headed by Brock Pierce, which is a very controversial figure already. But I agree. Like, EOS just basically has gone nowhere. Do I like Mercedes? Yes. Out of the German companies, Mercedes the best. Mercedes, unfortunately, though, they're trying to push their EQS, EQE, EQB, the EQ lines way too much. If you go to a Mercedes dealership, the entire showroom is all EV cars, and no one wants them. They can't sell them. Mercedes EV cars have like the worst depreciation ever. So yeah, they're just trying to hop on a bandwagon. They're trying to push it too far. They're very nice cars, but every manufacturer is overestimating the demand for EVs. Very little people actually want EV cars, but every manufacturer is trying to like push this EV initiative, and they're starting to realize it's not working and failing. Crawford Pierce, you're welcome. Porsche is way better. Porsche is not even in the same realm as those three that I just named. Porsche is a poor man's exotic car, in my opinion. So you have Audi, BMW, Mercedes, okay? And then you have like Porsche that's a little bit above it, and then above Porsche is everyone else, like Lambo and Ferrari and McLaren, right? So like Porsche is in a weird spot. It's just not. It's not there. Lexus is not a German company. Opinions on G-Wagon. It's such a good car. That's gonna be my next car. Maseratis are horrible. If you want a car that depreciates like in half in 2 years, get a Maserati. Seriously, Maseratis hold zero value. I used to work in QC where we made aluminum panels for 4GT and the Viper. My dream is to buy last gen Viper since they have my QC stamp. You know what? I don't see a lot of people talk about Vipers. The last one was the ACR Viper. That looked pretty good, but it looks too hardcore. But a Viper would be a nice car to have. At this juncture, what do you think about VET and CRO? I like VET a lot. I still think they have a really good future. CRO, I'm just not so bullish on, but they are coming back up. They're run by Crypto.com, which is one of the larger exchanges. But I don't know. The projects on CRO just, I just didn't like. Those DeFi projects seemed very shilly at the beginning. Maybe things have changed, but VET has the opposite problem. It doesn't have enough dApps. It needs more dApps. But they've been focusing on a lot of partnerships and B2B stuff and, green energy stuff. The only cool thing VeChain has going for it is UFC partnership. But yeah, I love to see them do more things revolving around like DeFi, which they really lack. Just Jeff. Hey, George, I used your Tesla referral. How do you like the 2023 Model Y? Well, thank you. I get some free referral credits. Yeah, I have my referral link in the description of all my videos. The Model Y is fine. I had a Model Y, a 2020 or 2021 Model Y. It's a nice car, especially with the price cuts now. It's really, really, really good. Because now you can get them in low 50s with a federal tax credit. You're getting them for 40s now, and that's just unbelievable. There's no other EV car that comes close to it in the price range. So, but yeah, the refresh is coming. Jay says there will never be 21 million BTC available. Millions are lost. You're right. You're 100% right. Oh boy, something just happened there. Yeah, you're right. Because even though there will be 21 million, but we have like 7, 8 million lost. So it's actually a lot less than that. And then you have a lot of holders that are holding. You have miners that are also holding and hoarding everything they're mining. There's really little Bitcoins out there. People understand that. If they truly understand how rare, how scarce Bitcoin is, and how even if every millionaire on the planet tried to buy one, they couldn't. If people understood that, Bitcoin would be much higher. But, the good thing is most people don't know that. That's why, we have this opportunity to buy Bitcoin for cheap still. One day, it's not going to be that cheap anymore. The AMG GLE Coupe is the best midsize SUV for sure. It does look very good. I'll give you that. I don't know about the best midsize SUV, but it does look pretty darn good. It looks way better than the new X6. The first gen of the X6, I thought it looked weird at the time, but now if I look at it, it looks pretty good. It's way better looking than the new X6. That's why no one gets X6s anymore, or the X4, which is even uglier. BMWs, I don't know. They just kind of, their cars are just like not good looking anymore, except the M's. I can't even pronounce that name. That $1 super chat, appreciate it though. What are your thoughts on Charles Dust token? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I actually don't, Johnny. I love German cars, but I'm not paying monthly to use my heated seats. You don't have to, man. I have a Mercedes GLS. My heated seats are fine. I don't have to pay a subscription. You could always buy them up front. A subscription is just a new scam to get people to pay very little but lock them in on a subscription. New to crypto, have 10,000 will be the best move. Florida Pyroman. This is always difficult. If you're new into the space, right, what do you buy? There's thousands of coins. I always suggest going with Bitcoin first, okay? It doesn't seem sexy. It seems like it's too expensive. And if you only have 10,000, you cannot buy whole Bitcoin. I know everyone thinks the same thing. Everyone's thinking, well, shouldn't I buy XRP because it's 66 cents? Or shouldn't I buy Cardano since it's 37 cents, right? Or maybe I should buy Doge because 7 cents because I can pick up more. But that's just not how it works. Coins based on their circulating supply, right? They have different prices. You got to look at market cap, and you got to look at what has consistently performed over the longest period of time, and that's Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the big daddy. Start with Bitcoin, then start looking at others like Ethereum and XRP and Solana and Cardano. And tune in my Wednesday DCA nights where I kind of show my sample portfolio. Chainlink price target. Someone asked this already. I think I'll just say 100. Their previous high was 50, so let's just double that to 100. Jim Bean, thank you for that. Blue Zell, man, I have not heard anything about Blue Zell. They were decentralized storage. I don't know what they're up to. They're down 12% today. Are they still decentralized storage? For an AI or decentralized database. Layer 1 for the creator economy. So, no. they're not the same as before. They're at L1. Okay, so they kind of rebranded and kind of not. When Blue first came out, they were a giant decentralized database. So now it seems like they kind of changed it around where they're kind of all-in-one L1. So it's a little bit different than before. It could work out. You know, when it comes to L1, especially the mid ones or small cap ones, it really depends on if they get the network effect. Because all of them, not all, but a lot of them are very scalable, very cheap, good technology, and they could do a whole lot, right? Like all the other L1s. But can they get the network effect? Can they get the users come on board? Do they have enough dApps to make people care? That's the problem, right? And I don't know enough about Blue if they have their own DEX, they have an NFT marketplace, do they have a launch pad, do they have swap system, do they have a bridge, you know, do they have stable coins? These are important things that get people interested and to stay and use, right? Without them, it's just an empty chain. Rich, appreciate that. Hedera, I'm neutral on Hedera. Dust deals with ADA, new Midnight project. Okay. Yeah, I just don't know about it. Don't know enough about it or anything about it. Alchemy Pay. They're a fiat on-ramp, off-ramp for projects. So it's important in the space. But I feel like they're still at a mercy of like banks, right? But they do have a lot of partnerships. They're partnered up with Binance. They're partnered up with Shopify. They're partnered up with a lot of major companies and brands because a lot of these brands want fiat and crypto on and off ramp. So yeah, I like them. Last question: is Solana going to hit 1,000 in 2025? The answer is no. Maybe. I don't know. It has to do a 20x. Okay. Can I do a 10x to 100? Yes. Oh, so you're talking about 100x to 1,000? So the answer is no. The answer is no. All right, guys. So to conclude, you know what? Bitcoin is still doing well, just not as well as this morning. Unfortunately, we had a long squeeze or many long squeezes that brought us down, but we are still on our way up. And now Ethereum is also on its way up because of Blackrock. Blackrock wants in, and they may be buying also. So let's see what this does for Ethereum. Okay. Have a good night, guys. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care.